without disgracing yourself or the material, and so on until we come to speak the words with the exact precision with which you would check out a laundry list. Do not become emotional about the lace blouse. Do not get a hard-on when you say panties. Do not get all shivery just because of the towel. The sheets did not provoke a dreamy expression about the eyes.
Gentlemen in the mix.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. We have a gold all-time high moment. We actually just briefly saw a new one on the new day. This new day has been active less than 2 hours. So just Jesus chimes out the gate. It's wonderful to see something so resilient, so strong in these market conditions where risk off is the name of the game. Exceeding the 1618 where it initially reacted, nearing and closing in on $3,000. That's the target now. That's the psychological level. The zeros, lots of zeros, above $3,000. Psychological break. I mean, at that point, I'm not really sure. I mean, we would have to let's see what we could do. But we go logs. You're so high now. We might just have to stick with our fib extensions as they are, and so the 2618 is $3,209. So 3,200 would be above 3K at this point. You're in la land, man. Price discovery, crazy. Good to see Bitcoin is rallying on the new day over $81,000. Only down 3% when it was down over 4% at the lows. Hype in the chat for gold. Hype in the chat for another commodity. Egg prices are dropping to multi-month lows. That's good to know because I eat eggs every day, man, and I'm just, they got expensive. They were crazy. It was like, what's happening? So maybe that's gonna get better. It seems like it is. So, hype in the chat for gold. Hype in the chat for silver. That was, I think last time we spoke. Oh no, they failed to break resistance, and now you broke resistance, man. So you're on the way to the highest highs of the entire uptrend. Uptrend's very well established. 35.41, 35.69. It's all about the monthly on silver. The monthly is very easy. Remember the Rising 3 methods still active and valid. It is now maybe starting to catch that real follow through. You got 17 days and change, 18 days, but you're going for the highest monthly candle close since September 2012. But you are approaching a mega breakout level where we already tested that level and rejected it in October. But you're going to get another test, and if you break it, I mean, a harmonic target's going to be there, but I think the real big resistance above 34.50 might be like nearing $50. So just buckle up. It's metal season. Platinum actually put in another subtle higher low. I know heart rate monitor, but this heart rate monitor is starting to show ascension. And then the miners, some of these silver gold miners are looking like, wow, AG, about time, man. Just been sitting there doing nothing from us at the support. And now it's separating. Now it's rising. It's up 8% today. It's beautiful. So the metal miners, silver spot, gold spot, hype in the chat. Big hypes in the chat. The age of risk on assets is over, right? What does it know? I don't know, whatever. The time of metals is here. We made an old meme about it. But platinum, going for an inside bar, looks like, let me just show you on the daily, really, right? It's very, very cool to see a level that's so real, tested so many times, and now they can't test it. They can't in January, they can't now. Too much demand. Above the 200, but I know it's just range bound. Might be like this forever for sure. So it's not even the best bet. I'm just saying metal. And then it's not just platinum. It's not just gold. It's not just silver. You know it, man. It's copper. Copper was looking stupidly good with that M-shape completion. Let me show you real quick. Copper. Is it that copper or the other copper? Not this copper. Hold on. I only look at like one. I got like multiple ones on my watch list, but I only like analyze or like update one with my work. I'm trying to think. Where's my copper? What the heck? Was it not XPD? That's platinum. Looking for HG. HG, hype in the freaking chat for an M shape, the harmonic framework, type 1, type 2, at a key level. So You're talking about risk management. This is the stuff you dream of. I mean, it doesn't matter what asset class it is. It's like mathematics. It's universal. So it presented itself so beautifully, and it's so wonderful to see the follow through after the sellers tried for the second time and failed, and both of these lows were higher than this low, the M shape. Reliable structures. The long-term uptrend was already established. And it's great. You just had the highest daily candle close confirmed on Kappa futures since May 21st, 2024. So getting closer and closer to 1-year highs. So the metals are metal. Okay. Have in the chat. So I guess we can, I mean, that's just starting the stream with gold. It is certainly the centerpiece of conversation. Here's your AG, right? Just so much bull crap. But it was the third valley, and in the end, it seems like the patient man would win. This is the level, dude. This is the level of all levels. It is a level where history shows you what a spring and a back test of spring can manifest into. An insane markup over doubling in value. I mean, that's your hardcore target up there is $12 or higher. And they recaptured this swing low, local 2022 low. Third valley, you could imagine the resolution probability is higher now, and yeah, you're gonna pull back along the way, but this is stuff you look for. This is what dreams are made of. I mean, there's nothing different from this than there was to international paper, dude. International paper, same situation, same stuff, right? Cyclical. Oh, look, they're at levels they've been at before. Oh, look, M shape's completing. Oh, 3 valley, oh, 4th valley, the 3rd valley had a form of confirmation before coming up, and you know, it's so beautiful about IP. This is like exit. This is where you would exit trade. And look at it. The price action correlation. This is what it's all about, man. Like they run it up like that. There's a key level where it historically reverses no matter what anyway, always, almost all the time. It goes up one time, you know, here and there. But this is where it reverses its whole cycle. And then you just got to really admire the psychology of buyers and sellers at the key level, and the lower highs established after you confirmed the top is in, you confirmed distribution. But it was so strategic where someone could have set a stop loss at like $58 and let it ride. And I think you'll probably eventually see $44, $45 maybe. But they just wanted to go fill the gap too, and that's for now acting as support. That's it. You'd think at least $44, $45 for a test to that level. But it's beautiful, man. It is the nature of these markets, the cycles, stuff like oat futures, you know, oat futures in a very incredible level where you just think, okay, based on what we've seen in history here, there could be a rally. 487. Definitely could be a rally. Well, and it seems like accumulation is starting to become evident down here, trading above the 200. Either way, right? It's like we'd have M shapes that increase our probability of outcomes. We can have nice price action correlation, like springs and back test of springs, local high or lows, accumulation signatures. But in the end, it's also an area where we can manage our risk strategically, where we can set up tight, very tight stops below inflection points, letting that be our line in the sand, saying we'll cut our losses quick if it fails, but we know if we never get stopped out, the upside potential could be vast. So good to see that, and good to see y'all. Sorry, past couple of days, man. Excuse me. I just want to let y'all know, like, do we have enough people in here? No, not really. Still kind of let on people, tell people about just kind of what's going on. Like, I'm stressed. Stuff that is just like things that were not in my control when an event occurs. There are more things that are out of my control that I'm having to deal with right now, and it's not fun, and I don't wish it upon anyone. It's stupid, man. Real stupid. Yeah, in the time we've been absent, it looks like iRobot's going bankrupt. Oh my God, dude. Well, good news is they broke key supports before that news was announced, so anyone who stopped out, or anyone who set up a stop, you know, they've been out, so. Yeah, so just remind me. I'll try to. I mean, it's something I can say, like, whatever. It's just it's just so stupid, and very unfair, unjust, because I was a victim in what happened. So anyway, We can go to Bitcoin if it would please you. Bitcoin, down only 2.9%. They're starting to rally it in Power Hour. Wait, is it Power Hour? No, it's not Power Hour anymore. My bad. Because the time change. Oh yeah, UTC is 8 o'clock p.m. now, so we got an hour and 6 minutes till the daily close. So all right, not in Power Hour. 6 minutes we will be. But yeah, past 2 days, what's going on? We had a bullish engulfing candle. Very nice. Where's this bullish engulfing candle occurring? Technically nowhere. On spot, nowhere. But on futures, it was certainly a very real level, and it was the gap fill. It was the gap fill. That is where the buyers have come in to defend for now. Show you real quick. There it is. Once we got it, once we got that 200-day simple moving average, that's it. It was nasty, man. Yesterday, down 3.5% on the close. But hey, look, you're up 1.2% on the new day. Less than 2 hours since the new candle began. And so there is an unfilled gap now. If you care about the candle close, unfilled gap 87.115. If the S&P begins to have a reflexive rally, which I think it's coming. There's no way this thing keeps going. Because you're going to have people that will FOMO short, FOMO buy puts, and market maker's not going to put up with that. He's not going to allow that. It can't be that easy ever in a downtrend where you can just auto short at the lows after it's had a 12-15% drawdown with no bids. Like, people got to pay because that's what people are doing. They're FOMOing, and short squeezes have to happen. And at the same time, oscillators on less significant time scales have to reset. And so I'm thinking that's coming. You don't really know exactly when. And the issue is, like, the S&P is off its support. I mean, the SPY, you got to go to 540 for the next swing low looking left. There's nothing else there, though. But still, you can rally randomly, and I think that's starting to become overdue on all the index funds. And if that happens sooner rather than later, then that would possibly mean Bitcoin futures could run to 87.115 to fill that gap. Because you certainly see that the gaps effing fill. They always fill. They're local, right? So I wish it was better, but it's a good start, right? You have an engulfing candle that is active until you get a daily candle close below the open of that one, which would be around 78.5. Then yeah, I think that butterfly is going to resolve. Even if you go to fill the gap at that 87K level, this M-shaped structure, this wave structure, is still very valid. Even if you squeeze up to fill the gap, you make the lower high than this high and you roll over later. That's all. So this would make the most sense. So okay, it makes the most sense technically. Then maybe it's never happening, of course, right? Yeah, I believe puts are at their highest ever. Yeah, most amount of put. And there you go. When it's like that, I'm telling you, market maker is going to get paid. They're not going to let all these people get paid. They're going to squeeze the crap out of this market. And again, it's just a buyer-inducing rally. Buyer-inducing rally, meaning what would happen? I mean, shorts would have to cover. That means they would have to buy back their shares, which would, fuel more of that squeeze that's already ongoing. That could take you higher than you could even really imagine. I mean, they could take this thing to 5,840, 5,880. And still put in a major lower high and roll over then after the bearish back test to that level. Dow Jones, same thing. They could take it up to 41.8, 41.9, 42K, and then it rolls over later. But it can't be that easy, man. You can't just today. Well, we're gonna look at these index funds. So that's Bitcoin working on technically a bearish engulfing candle, fourth day in a row. Fourth day in a row of rejecting the 200-day simple moving average pretty much. So not great. You don't know when the index... Look, Bitcoin is... Liquidity's gone. Liquidity is completely dried up out of the markets. It doesn't take much money to move these markets now. And Bitcoin is extremely correlated to the S&P 500, the U.S. futures. Whatever the U.S. futures do, Bitcoin will do identical to it. So that's what I'm saying. We get a short squeeze on the index one. That's where Bitcoin's going to go fill the gap at 87.1 or whatever. And, we still could be putting in a lower high, inducing dumb buyers in a downtrend to buy, and then we roll over later after that nice, 5% rally, 7% rally. Yeah, it can happen anytime. So that's your Bitcoin update. Not great. Still a well-established shorter-term downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows. Most recent discernible event was your lowest low. You run up and you top out at 91K. It's the lowest high of the downtrend. You just have to think about it like that. Bitcoin right now could appreciate in value 12 to 13% and still be, unfortunately, in this 2-month downtrend. That's what sucks, right? And definitely hands off until you're back above 92K. Then we're talking if we're back above 92K. We got to wait for that, though. We got to wait for consecutive higher highs, higher lows to be established. And it's got to be definitive and discernible. Anyway, so look at the future. How's Bitcoin dominance doing? Well, after just 2 days ago making the highest daily candle close in multiple years, highest daily candle close 2 days ago since March 2021, down 0.74% today. So obviously the alts are just not dumping as bad as Bitcoin, I guess. But some are still pretty bad. Yeah. Third time, man. What are they going to do? Something.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Okay, Ethereum. Big old dumpster fire. Yeah, and this is like testament to some that Bitcoin dominance chart today, where it's like at the lows it was down over 3%. It was at 1824, but bounced. It's like I think you just maybe so much incessant selling that sellers just running out finally of their supply to sell, and now some of these alts just destroyed are they're not really selling off as bad because it's the damage is done. They're cooked, super cooked. You got now we are okay. It's confirmed.
It's time for Power Hour.
In the end, you can't be anything but bearish on Ethereum until they recapture $2,000 psychological, but also historical from 2021, 2022, 2023. A multitude of times it's been resistance. It was recaptured, reconfirmed as support in December 2023 before running. So it's the line in the sand, like Bitcoin's line in the sand, 91K. Is there an edge? No, not really. Not on the daily. We gotta look at Bitcoin's oscillators too. I'm sorry, I forgot about that 12-hour. 12-hour controversy. Or here's a low, and I guess here's a lower low. Both these histogram wicks are lower than this one, so maybe you're diverging. Again, it's just like the index lines. You start getting to a point where you're so devastated that a short squeeze could definitely be in store for this market. Mike, dude, it's wrecked. You're looking at the lowest prices seen since November 2023. You're below support. It's all about global liquidity. It's really all about the index funds, the futures, whatever they do. Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to do too. Solana's going to do. BNB, XRP, they're all going to follow suit with global liquidity. So, I don't know. If we recapture 2K, let's talk about it. If they do this, oh my God. Okay, let's talk about it. But until that happens, I can't be interested in Ethereum. I mean, in actuality, 1724, waiting on 1728, whatever. Just waiting for it to be tested. RSI is not really anything to write home about on the 12-hour. So maybe the 4-hour. Is there anything on the 4-hour? Any hopium? No, we can't even get high on hopium on the 4-hour. It could rally, but it wouldn't be really that because of good divergence. I mean, I guess on the 4-hour, there's some level, but yeah, man, it's just trash trend. Trend is friend. We want to start seeing evidence that the composite operator has an ongoing buying campaign on any asset. And this certainly doesn't have any sort of buying campaign. There is no buying campaign. From institutions, big money, nothing. If you want to know the Eric Trump tweet tracker, Ethereum still trading down 35% in 38 days since Eric Trump tweeted, "Buy Ethereum now, thank me later." That's about 1% a day we're down since he tweeted that. I think he said buy the dip too. Maybe it was March 3rd or something. Whatever, dude. Or before, I don't know. It's bad. Real bad. Okay, Ethereum. How about XRP? Now, this one's... I know it doesn't look like... It's up 0.9% today. So, I posted this in the Citadel, Patreon, whatever. Charts only. Something very interesting, okay? So, it's like you're doomed below 190. It's over. But, my God, dude, like, look, locally, once and now twice, the defense, the bullish engulfing candle with follow-through, the triple bullish divergence. I mean... You got some variables that are implying that sellers are exhausted on this asset, and it all happened at a very strategic level. So if we get that short squeeze on the index fund soon, which would propagate Bitcoin to go fill that gap at 87.1, XRP could very well be seeing 265 in the coming days, weeks, whatever, when we get that inevitable reflexive rally on the index funds. Great performer. My God, this is legit top. This performing better than Bitcoin, I think, right now. In terms of percentage gains had since the election, 99, I would say about 99, maybe 98% of all cryptos have round tripped their gains from the election, and this one's still up hundreds of percent. And buyers are defending a level that maybe they had no business defending because of the macro. I think it's very interesting, and it's a very strong chart. I'm just telling you, right? That is, and you got really nice divergence right there, at least on the histogram. But we'll see. Maybe like, you know, we get one more little local that'd be freaking nuts. So nothing else like this, man. Really, Hedera is not doing this. It's getting ready to get cooked. It looks bad. Had a bad day today, and HBA. Solana. I mean, yeah, they're propping it up. Like, I'm kind of surprised. Like, for real, surprised here. Because you go to the less significant time scales, it's kind of scary. Yeah, see, they're rallying it, man. Then the short squeeze, and okay, we're back above 130. We're okay, sure. But again, all tied to global liquidity. So we get a short squeeze on the index funds. That makes Bitcoin go higher. And then in turn, Solana's going to have a rally too. And it's if that short squeeze comes very soon, Solana's going to rally back above 125, 130 pretty easily, which is a real big deal because it's been such a strong support level for so long. We might be witnessing a huge fake out on it might not be a real bearish breakdown. Like the sellers have tried once, but man, some really bad price action correlation to that zone, right? Where it was always like acting as support. They were immediately, and I'm talking any day, every single day since March of last year. So anytime the asset Solana fell below 124.65 to the hour or 4 hour, immediately rejected lower prices and rallied back above the entire inflection zone every single time. You can see it. But now, okay, you're no longer witnessing the same type of characteristics and behavior of price action to that level. It is now being formally regarded as resistance, which is just an observation, right? I'm just showing you here. Yeah, you're right. Like, it just always was crazy volatile and recovered immediately. And you're not immediately recovering. You're immediately rejecting 130 at the highs on the 12th. But as you can see, like, right, power hour, I mean, it's up on this 4-hour candle 2.17%. So it's all about, like, will we get the short squeeze soon? If we don't, if Bitcoin's going to 73.8 soon, then Solana's going for fresh lows, and I'd hate to be the breaker of bad news. You got a real strong $90 target, 89.50 down there, straight up and down. Yeah, so I'm like, you know, do I want it to go to 90? I kind of want it to go to 90 if we're identifying price action we haven't seen at this level. We saw last year the price action. This is completely opposite price action. So probably want to see 90 if you're doing this, but maybe not, because again, the short squeeze will come. It's imminent. It always happens. You always get a reflexive rally, even in bear markets. Even if it's all over anyway and we're going into recession the last 8-9 months, you're still going to get a rally on the index funds, which is going to mark these cryptos up. Okay, that's Solana. It's recovering, man. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. All right, BNB. Well, we knew about this one, discussing we were just waiting for 500. That's all you could do. They went down. What'd they do? What a perfect test of that level. And I mean, if you had a limit buy set up, congrats, because it's insane, right? At a level of support, a zone, it rallied off of that by 21% in less than 3 days, about 3 days. But yeah, it's pulled back a lot today, but this is what happens. So a target level below 621 long enough, we're waiting on 500, 510, and it hit, and you got such a strong rally. But again, you're still not making higher highs. You're still trading below the 200-day simple moving average. You're still trading below 621.68. In the end, it's all noise, and the trend is still, unfortunately, in that 2-month downtrend still intact. You don't like, this has not reversed the trend, unfortunately. So nice stuff on BNB. Yeah, we have a few more people in here. Yeah, so y'all remember the flood that happened in my penthouse in Birmingham back in late 2022 that wrecked my life. I mean, it caused more stress than I think I've ever had in my life. I had to be put up in a temporary place that I hated for months. No Christmas decorations. It was happening during the holidays. It just wrecked me, man. It was so stressful. And it catalyzed my move to Miami. I got so fed up with staying in that place, and this is it. I'm not moving back in there with all my stuff. I'm just going to make a change now, or I never will. Well, turns out, I mean, this was a catastrophic flood. That was the HOA's fault, like, for sure. And the painter's fault, too, for the paint gun tripping the sprinkler system. Two different entities were the cause of the fault here. I was just the resident. I just lived there and trying to, like, deal with all this crap with their problems. And I'm being sued. I'm physically being sued by someone 2 stories below me. And I have to deal with that. So it's like, wow, the most stressful thing that ever happened to me. And I was such a huge victim of it. And now I'm being sued for that thing. I'll tell you, man, like, it's unreal. Unreal. So I'm dealing with that, and it's just going to be like that until that gets resolved, where I'm going to be stressed. And yeah, so just letting you know, man. BNB. Okay, those are your big cryptos. We can look at total too. Total as well. So market cap. Doing okay, Jonathan, man?
I like turtles.
Yep. So total, they're trying to. They've recaptured 2.58 trillion, and they are now trying to formally regard it as support. That's the price action we are receiving the past couple of days, few days. 2.58 trillion is a very real inflection zone. It's a level here. I mean, it's not a joke. I don't know if it goes back to 2021. It doesn't. It's not really connected to 2021. It's just more of the 2024 peaks. And they're trying to hold it. They're trying to defend it, which is good. But in the end, you could have the biggest short squeeze of your life that takes you all the way to 2.9 trillion tomorrow in one candle or 5 candles or 7 candles. And if it goes to 2.9 and starts rolling over there, it's the lowest high of the well-established 2-month downtrend. So you can't even get excited. And you still are dealing with this very valid bearish wave structure where the target of resolution is going to be at the 1618. I mean, that's your good zone, 2.2, 2.3 trillion. It is TA Tetris like Bitcoin's butterfly. But again, you know, like we can squeeze higher and still put in the lower high and still have a valid structure and then roll over just, it's in late March, you know. It's the end of the month, and then we're finally getting down there. Like, it could be like that. So just no expectations, man. Just reading some chat. Well, it's just stupid. I had to deal with this whole thing. Like, I had to spend like an entire year like dealing with the lawsuit of me having to sue, like, because I got screwed out of like 6 figures, and I had to deal with that for a year, and it gets finished finally. I feel like relief and like vindicated. Yeah, they fired the agent that messed me over too. I got texted by their company too 2 nights ago, and then after all that finally gets resolved, I'm good. And now this, and it's just like it was a nightmare, like my biggest nightmare coming back, and I didn't even do anything. So yeah, man, it's just sometimes you just can't catch a break. You just gotta try to truck through it. Anyway, so we can go to the index funds, or we can look at H-bar real quick. I just want to show you, like, it doesn't look good. I mean, like, hey, it was holding up, and man, that is some weakness. It was worse earlier, but you're not oversold, and it just looks like you're done. Like, it does. I mean, a short squeeze happens, and you can run up to 26 cents and still make a lower high and roll over later. You're just not in a good spot here. You're confirming distribution already on this high, on this short. That's a short squeeze. So I don't like it. It's like you need to wait for probably 8.3 cents. No way, dude. You lose half your value. Yeah, like a 50% drawdown would be the only thing that would make this incentivizing for someone who perceives value via technicals. Yeah. Lynn's also real bad, man. Nasty. I mean, this one's like breaking 170. That means like 130, 115's on deck. It's so nasty. Look at this. In the bearish control zone, 34, but not oversold. So much downside potential on something like Lynn that was doing so well. But, dude, you have to be able to identify. Here's a high. Here's a sell-off. Here's a second. Oh, it confirmed top. Then you got a high here, here, and here. All 3 of these highs are lower than these 2 highs. That is distribution evidence. And then a sell-off again, and then another rally in that huge red bearish engulfing candle, that weakness. Man, that's just really bearish stuff. 3 falling peaks, distribution campaign from the composite man himself. So, yeah, they're dumping these things. They're full reset. You eat the bugs owning these cryptos. Long term, yeah. Because they have no intrinsic value, and that's fine. We just look for value, and then we look for confirmation lows and seller exhaustion at key levels.
Here for you. Folded hands emoji. Can't believe they would sue you for that. Keep us updated.
What's up, Poly Profit? Well, you know, thank you for the kind words, but yeah. Okay, anyway, so S&P 500, lowest daily candle close since when? September 11th. Was it? No, lowest daily candle close since September 10th, excuse me, because they closed it lower. But after hours, it's up 0.44%. Let's go, man. Bear market over? It's all stupid noise. That's good, though, I guess. I'd rather see it up than just down more after hours. That's really kind of scary if you're after such a long, extended impulse with no bids. A 10% correction in 3 weeks. That's good. I mean, that's, hey, man, we're getting into the 10% territory. That's normal. That is very normal stuff. It just happened really fast, which I think is good. But I mean, it just, like, if you watch these streams, you know I'm not screwing around. Like, we're identifying the divergence. We're identifying, like, the harmonic and then the second test, and then, wow, locally it's another test, and then that big red candle. It's like, man, your probability of reversing is pretty high here. That's pretty good. I mean, the buyers were exhausted. So I don't even, like, people are like, it's because Trump and Elon and tariffs, and it's like, but the technicals all implied this was impending. High probability that it was going to happen, and it did happen. So I think it's like TA respect way more than it being Trump's fault, man. Yeah, blame Trump, but, you know, that's, who cares? Like, my issue is Trump or not, right? This reflexive rally comes tomorrow, or it comes next week, or whenever it comes, right? It's no matter what, it can V-shape this thing. If it tops out at 600, we're probably effed. We're probably going into some 8-10 month long correction, and if they confirm it, oh my God, it'd be like that. So you're getting pretty far away from being able to recover in a wave. I don't think in one wave you'll make it, but you just could pray for a V shape, and then they almost dude, to see this. Remember, this is when the administration, the other presidential administration, they were faking jobs numbers, PPIs. They were faking everything. It was all bullcrap to just prop the markets up with good economic data, but it was fraudulent, and everything about that administration was fraud, ridden with fraud. So now all the next president gets inaugurated, and then all of a sudden the Fed's coming out and revising the numbers from the previous administration. Oh, so it's this administration's fault now. Okay. See, that's what they're doing. That's like kind of yeah, because it's the government. The government's getting killed, and the government is its own entity, and it's a bureaucracy, and it will do what it needs to do to survive. Self-preservation. The government and bureaucracy is very scared of what's happening, because it's never happened in our lifetimes. Nope, not yours, not mine. Deep state been in full control of this government. So I just worry about, any rally we get is going to be a lower high than all these highs. It'll be the lowest high, and it'll be some distribution, less than before. And that could manifest into a retest or a lower low, and this could last a while. But short-term pain for a long-term gain, I would think, man. What we were doing was so unsustainable. It still is. The money printing and all that. What am I talking about, Joe? What are you, even American? Do you even know? Probably not. Do you own a gun? No. Can you speak freely? Probably not. You're getting jailed by your government. My God, man. People don't even get it. What's going on? Okay. Dow Jones has been getting routed, man. Big rout. Woo! Lowest daily candle close confirmed since September 10th, just like the S&P. Off the completion of that M shape, down about 10%, 9.3%. You broke support resistance. I mean, if you care about technicals, the next level is 40K. You see the swing highs, swing lows, tests. That's it. You had a technical breakdown today. That's what occurred. It's an event. It may not catch follow through. You immediately recapture it, fine. But I'm just telling you what happened today. Eventually, you're going to catch a reflexive rally. You're going to catch a short squeeze, a buyer-inducing rally. To get dumb money to buy in thinking we're good, and we'll probably make a lower high than 45K on that rally, and it'll start rolling over short of the all-time highs that we see right here. So we're just going to be paying attention to that. It's overdone. You just don't know when they're going to start squeezing people. Okay, squeezing the shorts, the puts at all-time highs, right? More than ever. Finally, well, some of the NASDAQ caught a breather. You know, some of these semiconductors finally recovered. Intel, good earnings, so like 14%, I think, at the highs, maybe a little higher. But the NASDAQ composite, lowest daily candle close since September 10th, just like the Dow Jones, just like the S&P. But man, I mean, just how can you be surprised? It was a bearish butterfly, type 1 and then type 2. Remember, even the supply line, they failed. They tried to break it and failed. And it's like, that's it, probably. And the bearish divergence was there. But, so random squeezes, right? You don't have to have an argument or an edge for the bots to come in and start squeezing the market, right? Squeezing the rally, creating the rally. I'm telling you, the next technical support that makes any sense, 16.7 here. So you got another, what, percentage downside before you see a technical support, okay? Dang, you got another 3.69% to go. But again, doesn't mean like you could rally randomly, go test. See, they didn't do that. They could go test 18K, 17.9 as resistance before rolling over later to go test that low. So you just don't know. You're impulse mode, right? You are in impulse mode, and you don't have an edge at all in impulse mode. Waiting for consolidation mode. I mean, the whole time we were up here, there's no argument for a fresh long. There's no argument for a fresh effing long. Hello? No argument for a fresh long. You're paying all-time high premium. You're staring into the face of reliable W-shaped patterns with forms of confirmation coming in. With bearish divergence, buyer exhaustion. What could you expect? You just for it to all fail? Okay, keep playing that game. And you see, if you did play that game, you're wrecked. You're destroyed. Oh, man. So 81,150 on Bitcoin. We got 33 minutes to go to the daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, my humble return, hit that like button, that bell. So thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. So, yeah. Well, hey, we filled the gap a few days ago. You know, Dow Jones had one too. Filled it yesterday. Okay, so just impulsing down. IWM made its lowest close or lowest price since August. It's pretty nasty. I mean, it's up 0.66% after hours, but man, what a breakdown. They tested the level pretty much 3 days in a row. Tested 199, and today confirmed with the candle close breakdown. But you can see they've taken it just about where you are right now, 197, and it was just a failed breakdown attempt, and they recaptured it and you ran. So again, it's not about the breakdown itself, what you're getting. It's about the follow through. So in the coming days, you really want to be paying attention to if we start squeezing higher, if they recapture 199, $200, you might be in for a run to 209, 213. But yeah, that's what happened. You've broken a key level that is very real. Man, it sucks that, right? Hey, dude, I bought IWM back in February 2022. It's March 2025. Yikes. So eventually these impulses subside, you catch reflexive rallies like this. But it ends up being a lower high, bearish back test, and you roll over later. Trend is friend for now. Short-term downtrend. Got it. Those are your index funds. We looked at some of the commodities already. Let's look at the Mag 7. Reassess. Man, let's go from worst to best. Meta. Yikes, man. Big, nasty candle.
How do you like living in Miami? M in SoCal and Juana are atrocious here.
Oh, I love it. Well, Miami is like, you have to make it in life to enjoy living in Miami. You know, and you'd probably want to be single too. Yeah, you're probably not going to want to live in Miami, like Brickell or somewhere like that, and be in a relationship. Yeah, it's just, I mean, maybe, but you don't want to come here without a plan, man. You'll get eaten alive. You don't want to come here without a good moral compass either. You want to be very well established with your morality, understanding like not caring. Like, okay, I go out in Miami, dude. Let's do some cocaine, man. Let's do some drugs. Let's get drunk and hammered. It's like, nah, I never did that before. I'm not doing it down here, right? But people will come here without a plan or any sort of foundation in their life, and they will get destroyed by this city. This city will kill them. A lot of people I meet out, and hey, I'm moving back home, man. I'm moving back. A lot of girls talk to them. Yeah, I'm moving back to Canada. I'm moving back to the Northeast. Moving back in with my parents. Yeah, because you can't survive down here unless you've already done it. You made it already. So, but also, yeah, the partying will catch up. You meet a girl that, you know, she's a friend of a friend, and then like, wow, this girl's pretty heavy, and then you get followed on Instagram. So, oh, it's the same girl, but like she gained like 50, 70 pounds. You know, it's like, and she was the one of them moving back home. I mean, yeah, this city's whack, man. It is not. It's like life on hard mode in certain ways, even though it's an easy mode city where it's like the beach, man, go into rooftop bars, you do whatever you want. The vibes are amazing, but you better be prepared for that. And you got to be someone that doesn't have probably an addictive personality. So I'm just trying to give my assessment. I've been here a little over 2 years now. I don't know if that was like a good, you know, whatever, but explanation, it's weird. But it's cool because, like, if you are established, I mean, you're going to find people that are like you. Like A to B, from where you are to success in life. You're going to find, you know, if you live somewhere nice, proximity, you're going to be around higher value people that have accomplished things just like you have in your life, but it's just different, right? Oh, he got from A to B this way. You got from A to B another way. And there's a big level of respect, and I've made some really strong connections to a lot of good people down here that are also very successful in life. Some more successful than me, some not as successful, some about the same. And that's something that I could never get in Birmingham. Absolutely not. I felt isolated in my hometown where I lived. I couldn't connect with anyone. And I couldn't find anyone except Buddy, and then Buddy moved to freaking Colorado. So yeah, it's just, it's a very interesting town for sure. So here's Meta, dude. Lowest daily candle close confirmed on my Facebook since December 31st. So the lowest daily candle close of 2025. But man, that's nasty. Right? Look what they did. They rallied it to bearishly back test the key level to confirm its validity as resistance before the big markdown today. That's not good. So 200-day, you might have a 200-day simple moving average date at 569.
Appreciate you being here every day.
Hey, Nani, thanks for the third contribution of the day. Thank you, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you for watching, man. I'm sure you've hit the like button too. Pretty much, Dan. Pretty much, yeah. Like, you want to take care of your health. I'm like more straight edge here than I was in Birmingham. It's crazy. Tesla down about 3%, 2.99%. I think it's cool. They gapped it up. They kind of filled the gap from yesterday. It was up like 7.5%, but down day to day. But I like 232.81. 232. That's not a huge level. It's there. It's been resistance before. It's been resistance. It's been support before. It's kind of there. I mean, it's definitely a level. I wonder if it's a spring back test and a gap fill at the same time. And again, these moves down like this, they always manifest into a reflexive rally, even if it's not a good one. You're going to get more of those big moves up. They could do this, man, and it's so normal. Stuff like that, you know, you can't, it's too destroyed to even think about shorting now. But it's not good enough. There's no structure for a swing trade that is strategic. So it's a really tough market still because of that. You're still going through 50%, man, from the highs, from the high to the low. What did Tesla do? Down 55.58% in 83 days, man. That is S-coin stuff, dude. But eventually, I'm telling you, there's one more gap at 213. They haven't filled. Man, you take it down to 200. That's probably a really good area to think about taking a good shot. Stupidly low risk. I think at a 180, something's wrong. Something's going on, man. Like bad. I'm talking about in this impulse. But yeah, that's where you're at. You're above 232. They tested as support. Nice. Now, nothing endearing today or interesting at all about Apple. Apple had its lowest daily candle close confirmed today since, I think, August 6th. And someone would come in and be like, bro, that's a potential support at 207.40. Well, they didn't test it yet. So you got, another $1 to go, or less than $1 before you test maybe a potential support from June of 2024. But the hard support, I think it's way more significant because there are so many more tests from July 2023, December 2023, January 2024, then support in August 6th, right? That seems like the hard target on Apple, 196, 198. So see what they could do is we go down, we test, oh yeah, let's do, oh my God, we're going to do it. And then this, like that seems so possible. So you're in impulse mode right now after you confirm distribution in the end, right? Good God. Like that is nasty where you peak out like this and then you confirm another high that is like 5% lower twice. That's somebody offloaded a crap load and they are not back in yet. They're still out of Apple and it's confirmed. And now look at this markdown. So the problem with this, even if the short squeeze was of the gods, right? It was crazy, man. Even if they did this, you still have a lot of trouble. You still have issues. Because then all of a sudden it's like, wow, nice recovery, but the lowest high still less than before by a significant amount. Oh, get me out of here. Take me back to 2024 markets, So that's the issue. If you start rallying, you can't really be confident because it's just a buyer-inducing rally short squeeze. That's fine. A reset of the oscillators on lesser time scales. Amazon down 2.5%. It was the lowest daily candle close of 2025. Lowest daily candle close really since October 31st, Halloween. Super scary, super spooky. Man, that was some nasty price action. 199.85, what'd they do? You broke it, then you back tested it as resistance. 200-day some moving average. You broke it, and you back tested it as resistance. You're below it. You traded below it today. Everything's up after hours. Yeah, nice. Great, dude. But you think 188 would be tested soon? It's pretty much a demand line of this long-term uptrend. That's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. That's history trying to repeat itself. Give me a 5th touch. And that demand line goes all the way back to 2023. You get support resistance. Look left. It is very real. Old all-time highs from 2021. So that's like X marks the spot. Those two levels are confluent with each other right at 188, 189. I mean, that might be a level where they're probably going to be people that have limit buys set up. People are going to be taking chances. They're going to give it a shot. Even without confirmation, they're probably going to take chances there because that's a strong support after such an incessant drawdown where it's down 20% in a little over a month, 5 weeks. Google lowest daily candle close today, confirmed since pretty much October 24th. You filled a gap from all the way back from October. It's officially filled, and that's where they held the price at. And then 160 is a real level. If they don't hold that, well, you're in a lot of trouble. Like below 160 equals 151. I mean, that's a So they have not, like Amazon, you have not tested the big level yet, but you're very close. So why not go test it and let's see if the buyers can defend it. But you're in impulse mode. There's no structure here. Pretty brutal. Really nice to see the shark pattern play out so well. Yeah, they ran it up. They didn't invalidate it. It just hopped a little. It's great. Earnings, it's been wrecked. How many green days, real green days since its earnings? Not good. Didn't China come out with like a new chip? They're probably lying. Freaking liars. Godless liars. Communists. But they said they had a new chip out that's 1 quadrillion times more powerful than any other supercomputer chip that exists, man. So it's like, that's probably not good for Google that just did the same thing, right? All right, Microsoft. Bill Gates. He's getting fatter. He's getting more unappealing. Oh, God. Lowest daily candle close confirmed on Microsoft since January 9th. Over 1 year lows on the close. Unfortunately, below 388, 397, the only levels that... Those were your lines in the sand. So, yeah, look, they might defend this 376 level. They might even... 366 seems like your next target area, if anything. I'm thinking a harder target's probably 344, 350. But we've been discussing the weakness of this asset. It's the psychology of the buyers and sellers. And it's just, a bunch of lower highs representing distribution. Less market participants involved in this asset than before. The all-time high July last year. Signs of weakness right here. I mean, last point of supply looking behavior. And it's definitely playing out that way. So, very, very gross. And not enough chat to be looking at it. All right, so NVIDIA, it was spared today. It was spared the carnage the past couple of days. Intel saved NVIDIA somehow in its earnings. Such a good earnings report on Intel that Micron and AMD, everything kind of bounced, including NVIDIA. But the issue is kind of like, what if we've done nothing good? In fact, today might be one of the worst things you could have ever asked for, ever. Again, it's up 0.69%. That's great, man. Again, futures doing their thing. That's awesome. But they did not close the price above 118, which is a level, I think, in the sand. And you just put in the lowest low of the kind of freshly created downtrend, short term, right? Whatever, short term downtrend. Okay, lower highs, lower lows consecutively. All right. The issue with NVIDIA is like, what happened? Anything above 118? Look, they could take this thing to 137 and it could end up being the lowest high, the downtrend, before going lower. So you're in kind of a bad spot here for like, as a momentum trader, the momentum is not in the hands of the buyer. It's just not, unfortunately. And it's trading below support resistance. Maybe that changes tomorrow. It probably will. But again, there's just so much work that has to be done now to make things better. For like a trend reversal, you got to make consecutive higher highs, higher lows. But We're only making lower highs, lower lows. So we need a lot, okay? We need a lot. Why the Bill Gates dislike, dude? You not know what he's doing? I mean, like, aren't there countries that have warrants out for his arrest, mass slaughter of people? Dude, the whole vaccine crap he did. I'm so crazy. Think about it. Like, vaccine stuff and then all this A-peel crap on fruits and you can't wash it off, chemicals. Just weird. Social engineering of mosquitoes, releasing them, do it via helicopter, buying up all the farmland. I mean, it's weird, right? Okay, I get it. You're a billionaire. You did it, man. You beat the game of life, 100%. But multiple other ones did too. Okay, well, we see what Elon Musk is doing. Well, we're going to go to Mars. He's launching space. I saw a rocket last night from my bed, Cape Canaveral. I love getting to see it. They leave the atmosphere shortly after I get the visibility. It's amazing, right? That's cool. And now what's he doing after, PayPal too? He started SpaceX. He started Tesla, okay? And then now he's gutting government inefficiency and fraud. And then you got Zuckerberg. What did he do? Well, he hasn't really done anything since Facebook. That's great. What a breakthrough. What a revolution. But hey, he's an MMA fighter. Now he tries to MMA. He's got in shape. He became more of a libertarian, bending the knee to Trump. Okay, cool. Bezos did TRT, steroids, got not a good looking girl. His girlfriend, younger girl. That's cool. Playboy life. And tried to do Rings of Power. It's a flop, fail, scrub, joke, fan fiction, trash. Okay, cool. Not malicious, right? Not really malicious. Tim Cook, Auburn grad. They tried the whole Apple goggles, and within a couple months, they already discontinued the production of that product. Failed, flopped. Fine, man. Whatever. Everyone's trying new things, but Bill Gates is in another category of trying new things since he developed Microsoft, right? The operating system. Doing some weird, bad things. Experiments on humans, that's pretty much what his game is. And it's stupid and it's disgusting. So asking that question, really not a good question, because he's doing some bad things. The others are just kind of trying to find their way. New ways to... It's hard to beat when you make that revolutionary invention or whatever. It's hard to one up that, or to even have a new revolution, period, after that. And that's Bill Gates is trying to do that. World Economic Forum weirdo. Anyway, so moving on. Yeah, a lot of stocks got hit today. I mean, yeah, we had some rallies and stuff, but the real estate market got hit. We're looking at the ETFs here. So commodities, we discussed this. Not commodities. This is the entertainment and leisure. So this is like airline companies, casinos, right? Travel, Expedia.com, man, like all that, TripAdvisor. That's the PEJ we're looking at. It's all together. Just wrecked. I mean, it's up after hours, by the grace of God, 3%. It was down 3% the day it closed, and after hours, it has recovered all the losses. But from the high to low, I mean, that's a pretty nasty drawdown. 20% in 22 days. 20% in 3 weeks? That's S-Coin levels. Okay, wait, I thought I was investing in actual companies, but when liquidity gets pulled, it seems like it doesn't really matter, right? But where it reversed is not weird, right? I mean, like where you saw a major drawdown. We've seen this before. It's like a replay. Leo DiCaprio, pointing at the TV with his beer in his hand. That's same thing. 54.88. I'm sure there was, a high and the higher high. There was divergence from this high to this high, both overbought. And nasty. Lowest level of negative momentum we've seen since April 2021. Below the 200 moving average. Not much support here really until probably 43 bucks, $42. Yeah, see what they do though, like you get stuff like this. That's too much, man. Oscillators are cooked. Okay, we'll rally. Oh my, and then we roll over later, right? Typically what happens if it's gonna, they think, what happened? My Control Z is not working today. I don't know why. XLY. It's consumer discretionary. Lowest daily candle close confirmed since September. Routed. Big route. What's happening? Okay. Yeah, and I mean, there's a couple peaks here, like 190, but probably the stronger zone of support resistance is going to be 173 to 180. But who's to say they can't? Again, you pivot, you short squeeze, you back test levels as resistance before doing that. And that's the type of stuff, that's where you get it, you know, retail will flood in on something like this, thinking we're going. But they don't understand that the trend's reversed and you're just going for a bearish back test to reconfirm the validity of the old resistance as resistance again. You know, people will be buying at 211, 212 in the coming weeks or whatever if we get that reflexive rally on index funds anytime soon. XLC, yeah, it's communications, right? And services, yep. I mean, bearish divergence on the RSI, lowest daily candle close since November 5th, since the election. Unfilled gap, you know that's going to fill 93.12, so there's more downside here. Probably in the short term on the XLC, but what a run. I mean, my God, brilliant run. Nice inverse head and shoulders. Momentum shift before the run, which is great. But still above the 200. I'm not as worried about this one as some others, but the issue is there's just nothing here. I mean, if they don't defend this $95 level and the gap fill happens, 93.40, there's nothing till 86.38. They have never back tested it, so there's probably good downside on the XLC here. And I think your target's probably 86 to 87 bucks. Here's the XL RE. Emphasis on the RE. It was brutal. Down 2% today, but yeah, you already see the distribution. Here's your lowest high now of the established downtrend, and you're going for a retest. Retest at 40.20. That swing high in 2019. Swing high in 2023. It's going to be tested again. Maybe they spring back test. That would be amazing. But if it doesn't hold, see, they broke it in January, and it was really scary. I mean, to be below that level too much time is lots of downside potential. Gap fill at 36.76 there. Unfilled gap never even got filled. 38.66. These are target areas if you don't hold 40.20. And nice engulfing candle, and you have an unfilled gap. You got two of them at $40 and effing 39.68. So you have so many unfilled gaps in the XL RE. I think they'll probably fill. And if you break 40.20, look out below. I mean, you could just imagine a big old X, A, B. This is the C, and the C to D wave would take you to $33, $34. That would be nasty. But it makes sense. Isn't like any, I'm sure I have at least one realtor watching the stream right now. I mean, isn't it bad? It's like really bad. I mean, I've had people that I know that live around me, right, at the gym, and they're just vocally like, dude, this is a really bad time. This is like bad for them. So I can imagine what's going on. XLK technology. You know it, man, right? You know.
Technology.
Lowest daily candle close since September 9th. My issue on the XLK is at 212.02 level. That's a swing high. Below that, man, I mean, the next level that makes the most sense. What the, dude, I gotta reset this. So weird. I think the next like big level on the XLK is like 197.92. Up, down, up, down, up. I think that's probably your target area. 197.92. Unless they just recapture 212 with the short squeeze soon, which they could, man. Okay, just saying they couldn't. Remember, if they start doing that, remember, anything lower than these highs is confirmation distribution, evidence, less than before. DJT, very, very nasty. We were here a few days ago talking about it wasn't good. Anything below 16.1 is 14K, and my God, if they didn't do it so fast. So you're on the way to a target area, a level of inflection. They don't hold it. Easy 13.4. You don't hold that. Easy 12. Yeah, on the way to the target. But we were going to transport things, dude. We were going to do it, man. We were going to be logistical kings. Not today. XLI, industrial. It's nasty. Look at that momentum shift, the head and shoulders, oblong neckline. But it's just, you can see it. Thangorodrim looking A. That's as Thangorodrim as it gets, man. Yeah, pretty beautiful. Target 126.17. Hopefully they hold it. If not, you know the next target. Pretty easy. Down to 120. Wow. Okay, industrial looking cooked. Below the 208 simple moving average. First time since November 2023. Like 17 months or whatever. Around there. It's bad. Very elevated, which sucks because that means there's so much downside potential they're going to correct this thing. XLE, Energy. Man, it's Chop City, man, right? It's Chop City, but hear me out, okay? What's the most recent let me get rid of this real quick. What's the most recent discernible things to occur on this chart with no bias? What is it? It's very bad. It's very bearish. Despite what happens next. Okay, give me new data. We're back above 93.90 or 93.30. Fine. Okay, we'll talk about that day. But it is not this day. And all they've done is test that level again and confirm its validity as resistance, 91.20 to 93.30. Do you think it's a joke? It's not. It's extremely important. And let me show you. Look left at this level so you can see how real it is. They formally, locally, with the local high was lower than the first high, so it's distribution locally and it's confirmed. They tested that 2008 level as resistance. That's what just has happened in the past week or two. Look at them, like what happened after that level was rejected. Okay, so that's really bad. And you're trading below the 200 simple moving average. It may not look too bad right now, but I'm telling you to be very, very cautious on the XLE, because until you recapture 93.30, this could be it. You could be doomed. It could be 78, 80 bucks easy, and there's no question about it. Ugh. Right? I mean, that's just the most recent discernible events where the arrows are pointing to. So your target's 78 to 80 bucks easy, but if it doesn't hold, $61 or $65 would be after that. Oh yeah, local. It's local on the 4s right now, or 6s. Yeah. XLF, financial. Today was the lowest daily candle close confirmed since January 10th. Not that big a deal. But again, you're just staring at, like, if you don't hold 47 bucks, it is an extremely long way down. Where below 47 bucks is like a double top neckline, then there's just no telling. Like measured move, probably taking the low 40s. So I hope it holds. Everything's up after hours. Great, man. Maybe we're going to do it. We're going to survive. The short squeeze finally starts tomorrow with no real, argument. Like, it's impulsing. There's no edge. It's the S&P's below supports. It's not testing supports. It's still got lower 3.69% lower before it tests another support, I think. NASDAQ too. Okay, so, but yeah, let's short squeeze more, whatever. XLV, healthcare. Look at this, man. Here's your high. Here's your local slightly higher high. And look at your freaking oscillator. Look at your MACD histogram. Here's your high. Here's your slightly higher high, right? That is tremendous amounts of bearish divergence on the daily. And guess what? These highs, lower than this high, this high, this high, this high. And all of it, in the end, was to formally backtest 148 as resistance once and twice below the 200-day moving average. This just doesn't look good. It looks like you're working on a trend reversal, at least in the short term, midterm. It just does. Like, give me back 148. We're all right, man. No big deal, but that's gross. Sorry. Yeah. Your logo on the 8th, man. Less than 1 minute to go till the daily candle close in crypto. Let's get to the XLP. Consumer staples, another nasty day. Lowest daily candle close confirmed since February 5th. But possibly cooked. I mean, you're just probably waiting for a $78, $77 test. Hopefully they hold it. Gap fill down there. Knock out two birds with one stone. $78 target. Probably. Commodities did all right today, but still look terrible. I mean, it looks bad. It just looks like a downtrend's very real. And once you break this 2183 level, it's a long way down. XLB. Materials. What? Back test, man. Nasty bearish price action correlation to key levels. Downside. Take it $77, $78. That's your target area for now. XL utilities. The only sector that was positive today by 0.25%. Well, they're trying to hang in there, aren't they? But I'll tell you, I'll be real. Doesn't it look bad? It looks like, oh, the momentum has been captured by the sellers based on the local forms of distribution. Do you see them 1 and 2? They're confirming way less market participants involved with this asset than the highest high. And you're just sitting here. And look at this. Below this is doom. $71. Okay, chat. We did it. Jesus chimes. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Kind of nothing burger. You would say bearish engulfing candle. Sure, it covered the previous candle. Absolutely. The 4th day in a row of rejecting the 200-day simple moving average. Not really good. There's no confidence, right? I don't have any confidence on Bitcoin rallying here, but I do understand short squeezes happen randomly. Stupid, dumb money start shorting like today after, okay, I'm going to short the NASDAQ today for the first time after it's just drawn down 15, 20% in like 3 weeks. What are you doing? Well, they need to get destroyed, the dumb money, okay, the FOMOers making, no, like the best time to short, right? It's like, oh wow, the M-shaped extension pattern completes. Oh, type 2, return, bearish divergence. My God, right up there. So anyway, I'm just saying you have a valid wave structure that would complete around minimum 73.8. Perfect, the all-time high from March of last year. But you could still get a stupid short squeeze and run to 90K and people think we're good. And no, it's just a lower high than the previous two highs. Still trading below the key inflection point that we had been holding as support for 3 freaking months. 92K, 91K. So it's still kind of, unfortunately, your valid target area, 73.8, until buyers recapture 92K. And then this argument is finally invalid, and I'd be happy about it. Okay, I don't want the market to go down, but I cannot ignore price action and its correlation to levels and trend analysis. I cannot ignore lower highs, lower lows consecutively. I cannot ignore an 80% retrace on B, a lower high on C, and a perfect bearish back test of that 92K level. I cannot ignore. Chris K, yeah, that's how you get banned. So I would be very careful next time. Be very, very careful. I don't shill scams. Like you. You're shilling a scam, something with no intrinsic value that no one gives a crap about. The only reason you're promoting it is because you own some and you want it to go up in price. That's it. So yeah, I mean, very small elephant in the room. There is, right? Someone could come out and be like, bruh, so there's a little... The issue is, like, you can identify bullish divergence, but if it's not really at a key support, it's not very strong. Right? Like, okay, we know the CME futures gap fill is for now being what's... it's like kind of being support, I guess. But what happens if you fail 4 times to break the 200 moving average, start rolling over? And then, like, a more reasonable level for a fresh long is going to be 73.8 to 71. Okay, even down to probably 1618. Yeah, 1414 puts you at like 71.2. I mean, those are just better candidate areas for strategy. I'm not saying it's going to go there, right? I don't make calls. I don't act like I know where an asset's going next, but I just understand wave structures and bearish price action and trends, and that seems like a good area for it to go to eventually. But maybe not, right? Who knows? Yeah, I don't have no confidence in Bitcoin going higher, but it could. Nothing to do, really. You should wait. Wouldn't you think it's a better area at like 71 to 74? And see what we do. Like, you get down there, and then, like, we violate it. But then it's like, it's the end of the world, and then buyers recapture it. And then they reconfirm 71.7 as support. And then they oh my God, the top. And then all of a sudden, hey, you got a structural development at a key inflection point after a really nice correction. That might be real easy to set up an entry and a stop loss. Now it's doing this crap, man. What the? I mean, it's not about what's coming next. It's just, it would be this simple. This would be, if it happened like this, you would target for 90K. Because if they hold it successfully, straight up, almost completely straight down. Since the bearish back test, straight down, right? Because if we're getting there, the hypothetical would be straight up and straight down. So, simple enough. But we're not there yet, and we may never get there. I'm just telling you, that's what we would probably wish we could get. Okay. Pray to Jesus. That's it. Okay, man. Well, I've been live, hour and 30 minutes now. Been gone a couple days, but just dealing with crap. Pray for me, man. So hopefully if you like watching the stream, you care about what I say, hopefully I've done an okay job of kind of updating you on where we are, what the situation is, and what could be coming next, right? So, no expectations. Wow. So, thanks for the 3 people that contributed today. Thanks to, I'll just name them. Thank you to 2 people that contributed today. Polyprofit with 2 $5 super chats, and Anani, thanks for the $10 super chat. Appreciate y'all. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the TA.
Bark tip $25. Miller like ponies today. Watch you sign off, miss the stream.
Hey, Bark, thanks so much for the $25 contribution. Late session top Jesus. Thank you, dude. Really, really appreciate that, man. Much love. Kings.